Good afternoon. I'm extremely delighted to be speaking on this Mental Health Day 2020. Close to 1 billion people are living with mental disorder. 3 million people dying from substance abuse. Every 42nd, one person dies from suicide. What an alarming situation. Considering the magnitude of the mental illness that we experience in our country, the resources available are highly limited. As every year, Mental Health Day is commemorated on October 10th, this year also done with an aim to make sure that the people dealing with mental health problems can live better and they can live with dignity. The campaign is kicked off with Move for Mental Health, Let Us Invest. Move for Mental Health, Let Us Invest. It is very much relevant this year with the pandemic that is going on. It is very tough for everyone, especially the ones with mental illness, making their life worse and also adding on social isolation. To add to this situation, many more otherwise normal people are experiencing mental health issues. Let me briefly discuss the initiatives that we have undertaken in our institution. Our hospital has initiated a program designated as Sambal for the employees of Hinduja Hospital, as many of the employees are working at the front line battling COVID-19. The program includes sharing knowledge, physical fitness, participating and recognizing the winners in artistic event and counseling facilities. At college too, we focus on our students who are our customers, who are also going through uncertain times, making mentoring and counseling available through already established counseling cell. Students who face financial difficulties are provided with available financial support options apart from preparing them from coming out of the fear of COVID, going through the revised examination protocol and getting back to college strategies, etc. Now, reaching out to community, we have also reached out to our neighboring community by providing them with daily essential to the inmates of our adopted orphanage, thus doing our little by reducing their financial stress. We also conducted an awareness program to eliminate the pandemic-related myths online, witnessing 224 participants. To achieve mental health for all, access should be greater, not only to the psychiatric care and services, but also to create a welfare community with responding to the social determinants of health and disease, to social programs, to social and collective resources, and to human relationship. Finally, let me conclude with some tips for maintaining mental health during this current pandemic. Number one, connect with people. Develop relationship with friends, family, colleagues and neighbors through social media and telephonic talk, as these connections support you and enrich your life as much as it helps others. Learn. Try and learn something new. Rediscover an old interest or take on a new challenge or a new responsibility or a new hobby. Educate yourself. Take notice of the news alerts that are coming on mental health related topics and also early signs of mental illness. Fourth, healthy habit, post-work rituals. Do not jump into work at home as soon as you reach home. Keep a bit of a time for yourself. After reaching back home, maybe taking a cup of coffee, reading, or watching a favorite show, listening to music, playing with children or pets. Next, in workplace, respect each other. Believe in yourself and others and work as a team. Support each other and connect with them. Self-care, most important. Practice self-care activities. Sleep 6 to 7 hours a day. And read positive book or literature. Spend little time outdoor, maybe exposure to sunlight or exercise. Seek support. Seek support from colleagues, your seniors or supervisors at workplace to ease your stress. If there is necessity, do not hesitate to seek professional counseling. Maintain a gratitude diary. Daily write about 3 people or 3 things that you are grateful for. As we commemorate this Mental Health Day, let us pay attention to self-care, care of others, and care of people in the community with mental health issues. Let me thank the Voice of Healthcare and Mrs. Bobby Ramesh for connecting with me and giving me this platform to speak on this topic, which I am very fond of.